Everyone knows what they say in real estate about property, about houses. Location, location, location. A lot of it in church is communication times 3. Communication is our subject today on Pastorpedia. How do we communicate? I'm with Jim Brown. I'm with Jeff Bogue. Thanks, you guys. You contribute so much. Communication. First of all, huge issue, the mood from the front and from the writer. What is the mood we're trying to share? Jim, go ahead.
Positive. Just I jump in there.
That's enough, Jim. Now I want to share my thoughts on communication. Sorry.
Don't cut off the communicator. That's right. One thing. Be a good listener. Newt's shown us that. Just be positive. I say the mood of the leader determines the mood of the team. The tone of the leader determines the tone of the team. No grumps allowed. So your tone, how you communicate with emails, how you communicate from the stage, your presence, your countenance. Actually, I learned this from Newt in a class I took with him for a doctor of ministry degree, and I wrote it down. He would say that smile more. Pastors don't smile enough. Just even when you're just communicating, smile more. Yeah, that was a good principle. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say a lot of the same things. You want to be joyful. I actually pray that prayer before I go up on the platform every time. I say, Lord, give me joy, give me insight, give me authority. Because when I'm passionate about something, I sound like I'm mad. So I literally have to discipline myself to be joyful. So joyful, warm. What I would say though, number one rule of communication is know your audience. And I would say you need to communicate according to what's appropriate at the moment. So don't make snarky jokes during painful times. Don't be serious when it should be joyful. Kind of read the room and know what you're going on, and be warm and engaging in those times. But generally, I would say with a smile, with joy. It's great to be together. Gathering on a Sunday morning, it doesn't have to be somber and official, you can laugh and all those kind of things. But probably number one above it all, communicate yourself, authentically. And this is who I am and what I'm like. And if you're a smart aleck like I am, I get away with a lot of sarcasm because I'm just kind of being myself. That's not you. Don't pick it up. You'll sound like a jerk. So just be who you are.
Yeah. And I say this often. I go to Luke 12, verse 12, where, Holy Spirit will teach you what to say. And I can't tell you how many times before I speak or someone asks a question or I'm communicating, I'm praying to the Holy Spirit, asking him, tell me what to say and how to say it. He's our great teacher. And so I love that passage that the Holy Spirit will give you the words to say. And I would say be you, but show your heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let people see your heart. You don't always have to be the funny guy. And there are moments where let people see the inside of you. Speak from a shepherd's heart, a leader's heart, whatever that is, but let them see your heart. Let them see the real you underneath all that's there.
That's good. Right at the end of 1 Corinthians 13, everybody reads that at a wedding or knows it's the great chapter, what love is, but it says, pursue love. It will not come to you. We got to go after it, and to help our people know that we love them is a huge mood. Say I love you to your people once in a while. Say it. Okay. What are some means of communication? Ways we can... Madison Avenue says someone buys the product after they see the ad 17 times. How in the world they get that, I don't know. But I know I see the same ad over and over. In church we say, well, we announced that last week. What are some ways to communicate mood and news?
You said something there, Newt, was really, really good. By the way, Newt has, in all seriousness, Jeff and I have learned a lot by just sitting with you. We love you a lot. But the fact that you said, I think it's really important that we pause there a moment. Just tell your people that you love them. I can't tell you how many times on a Sunday morning I just get up and say, you could have chose a lot of churches this morning to go to, but you chose to come here. And, I love you, and I'm grateful that I can be your pastor. So I think what you hit on was really good there. How do we communicate? All the forms that are there. Remember this, just because you have seen it 17 times and heard it 17 times and watched the video 17 times and you don't want to have another discussion about it because in your mind you formed an opinion about it and you're clear about the decision, For most people, this is the very first time they're hearing it. Remember the first time you heard it? It took a little bit more than one time for you to collectively make a decision. So as often as you can, social media is an incredible form. You can make one post, go on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook all in one shot. I use it often and regularly. Facebook Live is a great way to get information in. Use teasers, use blogs, use emails, use text. Any form there is, you can never tell them enough because not everyone gets it through the form that you're sending it.
I agree with that strongly. And I would actually say that making an announcement on the weekend is the least effective way
Absolutely.
to communicate. So what I found is when I say things to a big crowd, nobody takes it personally. Nothing replaces eyeball to eyeball. Nothing. I'd rather have 3 minutes with you in the lobby than 20 minutes with you on the platform. So nothing will replace that. So whatever form pushes communication down in front of them, and the phone right now is the king of all that. And you can have with memes and stuff like that. You can have a lot of fun doing all those things. What I would say is this. The more public you are, the less details you should try to communicate, okay? So on Sunday mornings, we never talk about times, we never talk about cost, ever. We cast a vision for whatever that event or thing
Say
may
it
be.
louder.
Yeah. Never time, never cost, vision for what we're doing. And then as we get more personal, the details will come in. The details come in the email or they come through the flyer or whatever you're doing. And everything you should do, one of the ways that you drill these things in is you communicate it through vision and values. So like at Grace, we say, we know it, live it, give it away. We're going to give it away because we want to love these kids in the inner city because we go to hard places, and that's why we're doing this event. And so over time, all of that drills in, and it will start to make sense with folks. So it's shocking to me. I bet you in our services, we've spent more time developing how we do announcements than anything else.
Sure.
And what we've decided is that our announcements are not communication of events. They are vision for the ministry of the church.
Please.
So they're short, they're broad. Now it's the website, now et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then repetitive, different ways to do it. And if you can do the little bit of front work and do it through vision and values, it'll stick over time because you got to repeat.
Also, 70% of your people in the audience are kinesthetic learners or visual learners. Quit throwing logos up. Quit throwing dates and times up. Show people. Connect a life, a family.
Yeah.
If you're trying to reach someone through technology, don't put a picture up with the dates and all the details on it. Put faces of people being touched. They'll remember that.
Look at the ads on TV.
Yeah.
Nike. You don't even know it's Nike till the end, but it's emotion.
It is. Yeah, you have to touch the heart.
I heard one interview, and here it was. And I think interviews are healthy because you get somebody else up front too. But here's the interview. Well, tell us about the women's retreat that's coming up. Well, last year she said it was, and I'm not knocking her, except forget the details. Emotion.
Right.
We have more fun than you can imagine.
Right.
And
show a picture of that.
Yeah, and I had a guy one time in a class I took, a guy named Newt Larson, teach me that your Sunday morning is your church's billboard. Remember teaching me that? And so when I get up and it's sister so-and-so and it's dragging on and it's inside information and it's all these details, I just communicated that our church is boring, it's old-fashioned, and irrelevant. If I get up and say, hey, we're so excited about what God's doing in the families, and it's going to be a blast to be a part of it, and that's a real value of Grace Church. There's an event, there's details on the website. See, I just billboarded what we actually care about instead of trying to convey details that nobody's going to remember anyway.
Pictures, videos. People for announcements and communicate. Listen to me. Not details, not facts. People.
And only 2 or 3 on Sunday morning. I was a guest in a church recently. There were at least 12 events. Everybody's done after 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And they don't listen anyways. And then let me. What Jim just said was phenomenal. Here's the beauty of social media, because I know for some of us that's it's a boogeyman. It's hard to get around. You can make one video and repost it, repost it, repost it, repost it, repost it. You don't have to make one for every day if that's not the way that you do things. So in social media, it's okay to be repetitive. So if you put time in up front, and social media does not have to be polished. It can be you holding your phone doing a selfie thing, right? And it will still work because their phone is how you get in front of them now.
Actually, it works better. Facebook Live is a great way.
Yeah.
Should we tweet in the middle of the night?
No.
Let's don't go there. Let's don't say it.
No, we should not.
What can staff or
I would read your tweets in the middle of the night.
what can staff or volunteers do for us? There's some pastors watching are like I am about social media and lack ability, but there are people that will help us.
Put it in the hands of people who can do it. If you can't do it, have them teach you. Let them fly. Let them use their gifts. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, we talked in one of our other Pastorpedias, we talked about how to grow young and engage young people. This is a perfect place.
Oh my.
Literally get a teenager to be your social media person, and they'll just throw a camera up in front of them. You got to trust them a little bit because they can be squirrely with it, but they'll just throw a camera up in front of you, knock it out real quick. It doesn't have to be polished. In fact, if you polish social media, nobody will watch it. So it doesn't have to be polished, and you can engage people that way. And you don't, if it's a boogeyman, just don't. It's pretty easy to overcome because younger generations really do it. But if you were pastoring full time and you looked at a 16-year-old kid and said, "Would you be my social media expert?" You would have a relationship with that kid now. You'd be your best friend. He'd follow you everywhere, and he would make that explode. So it's actually a great opportunity to engage someone.
All right, communication. You do it in every size church. Don't say this is for the bigger churches or middle size. This is everybody, and you communicate love. Tell your people you love them. End every email or phone call with an encouraging word to those people. They're doing so much, and they count on our love too as leaders. They should. They can. Thank you. Pastorpedia on communication. We hope at least brings up some things that are printed notes that will come to you or get on our mailing list. Glad to be with you. Jim Brown, Jeff Bogue, Newt Larson, thank you very much.